Alright, now the gameplay can twist dramatically depending on the special ability cards your team wins in this bidding round.
And to explain the rules and guide us through this exciting auction process, we are honored to invite our special guest, the auctioneer of this round. Please welcome Kritin Sanprapap, the auctioneer of SIMPIC 2025.
Good afternoon to our judges and audience, and salamat to our delegates. My name is Kritin Chanprapap, and I am the auctioneer for this round. Let me first congratulate our 3 finalist teams once again for making it this far. My role today is to lead you through this high-stakes bidding session. What we are auctioning are 5 special ability cards, each with the potential to twist the rules of the game and transform challenges into opportunities for your team to claim victory. Before proceeding into the auction, I want to clarify on how the score mechanics work in sub-round 4. In sub-round 4, there will be 5 patient scenarios, each with 3 sub-questions. To submit the answer, the team must answer all 3 sub-questions simultaneously. The special rule for this sub-round is that each team must compete with the other teams to answer first, as the order of answering affects the amount of scores you're going to get. So as you can see on the board that we're going to show you, the person who answers first will get 5 points per question, the second team to answer will get 3 points per question, and the third team to answer will get 1 point per question. Now that everyone understands the basic rules of how score calculating works, let's dive deeper into the card mechanics. The cards that you are going to bid will either increase points for your team in the selected scenario or somehow deduct the other team's scores. You may gain points more than you should, depending on your strategy of card selection and the plays that you all make in sub-round 4. The cards, keep in mind, can be used once and will affect only the selected scenario. But the most important part is that each team can choose to use the card only before the start of the scenario. The order of auction for the cards will be randomly selected through our selected AI technology, and by that, I mean our lovely staff downstairs. Give me a wave, staff. Woo! Thank you very much, staff. Now, let's move back to our auction process, shall we? The scores you earned from sub-rounds 1 and 2, as seen on the board right here, will serve as your bidding currency. Here's how the auction is going to work. For each card, I will describe its abilities and advantages, and teams interested in bidding must ring the buzzer, which is placed conveniently on your table to signify your intent, and wait for my signal before announcing your bid into the microphone, which is also at your table. Now, if no team places a higher bid, I will start counting down from 3. Once I reach 0, I will strike the auction hammer that I've placed on this table, and the card will be awarded to the highest bidder. Now, let me introduce everyone to the 5 cards that we have here today. Firstly, let's start with the cards that benefit your own team, shall we? Let's start. Firstly, we have the multiplier card. This card multiplies your team's scores by 1.5 times. Keep in mind, if there's a decimal in that score, it shall be rounded up. Next, there's the value fixer card. With this card, every sub-question your team answers correctly in the patient scenario will be worth 5 points, regardless of prior attempts by the other teams. Now, let's move on to the more competitive cards, shall we? The cards that are more interesting, that allow you to target your opponents. Firstly, we have the penalty strike card. This card deducts 1 point from sub-question scores of an opposing selected team for each correct answer they submit. However, don't worry, it will never reduce your sub-question score to below 1. Please also note that the effect of the penalty strike card is not stacked on the targeted team in the case of a copycat card being used. What is a copycat card, you might ask? Next, here's the copycat card. The copycat card allows your team to mimic the effect of a card used by the targeted team in the same scenario. applying it to your own team. Keep in mind, though, that this card is only usable if another team actually uses a card. And finally, we have the leech card. This card allows you to, like a leech off other teams' scores by 30% and passively gain that score. If the score includes decimals, this decimal shall be rounded down. Now, as I said, all these cards would be randomly selected from the deck. So please, plan your strategy wisely. Now, sometimes using multiple cards within the same scenario might lead to an interference in effects, per se. For example, in this example, if the orange team uses the value fixer card on itself, but then the green team over here uses the penalty strike card and deducts 1 point from the correct answer, what happens then? Does A, the point deduction happen after the value has been fixed? Or B, the value fixing happen after the point deduction? With this in mind, us here at the SIMPIC game have decided on a hierarchy, which goes as follows. So firstly, we have the value fixer card in first order, then the penalty strike card in second order, the multiplier card in third order, the leech card in fourth order, and as the copycat card works in all cases, it does not necessarily have an order. Now, let's apply this back to our example at the start, shall we? So here, as the value fixer card is applied and takes priority over the penalty strike card, the value fixer card fixes the score at 5 first, and then the penalty strike card takes 1 score off, leading to 4 plus 4 to equal 8. Is that clear? I'm glad it's clear. Well, now, each card has the potential to turn the tide of this competition. Remember, strategy is key. Use your points wisely and think ahead to how these cards can impact sub-round 4 for your team. Does anyone at all have any questions about the bidding process? You may use your microphone to ask. I'll give you another 5 seconds to think of a question. If there's no questions at all, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There are no questions. So, with that, I shall give each team a total of 3 minutes, which you can see on the boards right here, to plan your strategy. The auction will start after the timer that we've placed here reaches 0. So without further ado, let's start the timer. 1 minute remaining. Time's up. Now, before we move on to further bidding, I see you guys really took your time to make your strategy. Let's make sure everything works properly before we start our bidding. So, if you can try pressing your buzzer at my signal, please. So, team over here, can you press your buzzer? Buzzer works. Buzzer A works. Team over here, buzzer, please. Works perfectly fine. Team C? Works perfectly fine. Your microphones? Check your microphones, please. Okay. Yeah, Team A's microphone. Team Z. Perfect. That's magnificent. And now that the sound check is complete, let me lead you further into the bidding, shall we? So, with the bidding, I shall be telling you the card's name and then giving you the card's effect. So, without further ado, let's take a look at our AI generating system, shall we? Staff, please open up the card randomizer. Beautiful. Right. Now, without further ado, once again, let the randomizing start. And we've got the Value Fixer card. The Value Fixer card. This card allows your team's scores to be fixed at 5 points, regardless of the order of answering. But keep in mind, your team still has only one chance to answer the question, and it shall be correct. So, without further ado, staff, we shall open this card up to the floor for bidding. So, does anyone want to start us off on this bidding? Yes, AGCAI.
1.
We've got AGCUI with 1 point. Right, anyone going to beat 1 point? I'll beat
5 point.
5 points. 5 points from VU. Anyone's gonna beat 5 points? Is anyone gonna beat 5 points? You and ARR, you have to go for something here. 5 points going once. Don't make it stop at 5 points. Are you gonna go? Yes. AGCUI.
12.
12 points from AGCUI. Yes, 12 points. Is anyone gonna beat 12 points? BU02, you fought so far. 12 points. Are you gonna go over 12 points? Yes.
13 point.
13 points from BU02. Oh, 13 points. We're going really high here. Not really high, but you know. UNAR, you've not bid it so far. Anything over 13 points? 13 going once. 13 going twice. The buzzer, the buzzers work. HAICU.
15.
15. Big boy points coming out. 15 going once. 15 going twice. Are you going to bid? I'm giving you one last chance to bid. Are you going to bid? That's a no. 15 going once. 15 going twice. So to AGCUI for 15 points. Oh, that's magnificent. Let's ask them about their feelings. 15 points. That's very cheap to get this card for, huh?
Yes, very cheap.
Yeah. So, how do you feel? How do you feel? You feel happy that you've got this card?
Yes, very happy. I like the card.
You like the card?
Yeah.
I hope you like the other cards as well. Don't just waste all of them on this card. Right. So, we shall move on then to our next randomizing. Thank you very much, AJCUI. Okay. So, staff, if we could please have the card randomizer once again. Beautiful. Once again, this artwork, I love this artwork. Anyways, if we could start our card randomizing system. Please, start the randomizer. The multiplier card. The multiplier card. This card multiplies your team's score in the selected scenario by 1.5 times. Keep in mind that if the score turns out to be a decimal, it shall be rounded up. So, without further ado, I shall open the multiplier card up to the floor for bidding. Anyone want to start us off at all? Yes, BUO2.
2 point.
2 points. Wow. That's a little too much, no? 2 points. Anyone's going to beat 2 points. Yes, UNAR.
3 point.
Huh? 3
3,
points.
3, 3.
Very big numbers come out so far. 3 points from UNAIR. Right. Anyone's going to beat 3 points? BU.
5 points.
I was surprised they did not go for 4. Okay, 5 points. 5 points from BUO2. Anyone going to go higher than 5 points? Please, someone go higher than 5 points. Yes, AJCUI.
6.
6 points from AJCUI. My job's very fun. All right, 6 points from AJCUI. Anyone going over 6 points? BU, 7?
10 point.
9 points?
10.
10 points from BUO2. Anyone going over 10 points? You cannot use this score in other rounds, by the way. This is only for bidding. 10 points from BUO2. Anyone going over 10? 10 going once? 10 going twice? Sold to BUO2 for 10 points. Once again, a very, very cheap card, don't you think so? This card, is it special to your strategy?
Yes, because we want to play aggressive.
Ooh. Yeah, okay. Any teams you targeting so far?
No.
Okay. Bro, no teams he's targeting. You know there's someone in there, man. All right. So, we shall move on to the next card. So, please, staff, open the card randomizer once again. 3 cards left on the board. Staff, please, start the randomizing. The penalty strike card. The penalty strike card deducts 1 point per correct answer in the affected team's sub-question score. Keep in mind, this score can never be deducted to below 1 point. And the penalty strike card does not have an accumulative effect when applied onto this card. So, without further ado, I shall open the penalty strike card up to the floor for bidding. Please higher than 10 this time. Anyone want to start us off? BUO2.
5 point.
5 points. Okay, that's great. 5 points from BO2. Anyone going over 5 points? AJCUI. 5 points? Going over 5 points at all?
6.
6 points from AJCUI. Anyone going over 6 points? UNAR, you've been quiet for a while. You want to go for something? This is not the card you want. 6 points going once. 6 points going twice. BUO2.
8 points.
7 points? 8 points. 8 points from BUO2. The numbers are getting too high this time. Yeah, AJCUI? No, not over 8 points. 8 points going once. 8 points going twice. Sold to BUO2 for 8 points. Once again, a very, very cheap card. So, you're not answering. No, it's fine. It's fine. So this card, was it special to your strategy or is it not still?
We just buy all cards.
You're just buying for... Bro, we've got the bargainer here. Okay, 19 points for 2 cards. Okay. So I want you guys to keep in mind that this score is only for this round. You cannot use this score in any other rounds anymore. Okay, you understand? Okay, good. Right, so let's move on to our next randomizing. So, staff, please open the card randomizer. Got 50 points left for each team. I wonder which cards they're spending it on. So, without further ado, staff, please start the card randomizing. What do we have here? The copycat card. This card mimics the effect of a card used by another team and places that effect on your own team. Please keep in mind that this card cannot be used when the other team does not use a card. So, without further ado, not yet, calm down, bro, calm down. I'll give you a signal, I shall open the card up to the floor for bidding. I've opened the card up to the floor for bidding, so you can press, yes, AJCUI.
1.
Once again, very high numbers coming out here. 1 point from AJCUI. Anyone going over 1 point? Yes, BU 2.
5 point.
5 points. Big jump. Anyone going 20 perhaps this time? AJCUI, you're talking. Are you going? Are you going? You can press the buzzer. Yes.
10.
10 points from AJCUI. UNAIR. Are you doing anything with these cards? UNAIR. A lot of discussion coming out here. So 10 points going once. Anyone going over 10 points? Yes, BU.
15.
15 points from BU. 15 points. Wow, that's the highest we've got so far, I think. 15 going once. 15 going, yes, AJCUI.
17.
17 from AJCUI. Keep in mind, these points cannot be used in any other rounds. Right, 17 going once. Anyone going over higher to 17? Yes, BU.
25.
25 from BU. UNAIR, are you going to bid? UNAIR. All right, anyone going? AJCUI.
27.
27 points. Ooh, 27 points from AJCUI. BU, are you going to beat that? Yes.
35.
How much?
35.
35. 35 points from BU. That's crazy. Anyone going over 35 points? Yes, AJCUI.
37.
37 points. UNAIR, you surely have to bid. 37 going once. BU, yes.
45.
45 points. This is the highest score we've got so far. Yes, AJCUI.
All 57.
I guess that's it. So we have 57 going once, 57 going twice. So to AJCUI for 57 points. Right, I'll do something quite unusual and I'll ask you and AIR. So you've not really done any bidding this round. Are you? Oh, I see. Very dangerous what they're going to use with the last card. We shall see. Right, so let's move on to our final randomizer. I'm not sure how randomizing this would be, but staff, please open the card randomizer to see what we have left. I wonder what the results will be this time. Wow, please, without further ado. No way, guys. I think it might be the leech card. Wait. So, the leech card. This card allows your team to passively gain 30% of the points earned by a selected team in the selected scenario. Keep in mind, if the score turns out to be a decimal, it shall be rounded down. So, without further ado, I'm looking at you, UNAR. I'm looking at you. I shall open this card up to the floor for bidding. Yes. UNAIR.
56.
And there we have it. UNAIR's big drop 56 going once, 56 going twice. So to UNAIR for 56 points. Magnificent, magnificent. So, I imagine this must be very important for UNAIR. Anyway, let me recap. So, AJCUI with two cards, the value fixer card and the copycat card. BU, O2 with the multiplier card and the penalty strike card. And finally, UNAIR with an expensive 52-point leech card. So, now this concludes the auctioning section of this SIMPIC 2025. I thank you all very much for being such great audiences and such great delegates. And I hope fate brings us back together at another selected time. But for now, I'm Kritin Chandra-Pab, and I thank you very much.
All right, as we have concluded the bidding round, how everything's going, delegates? I believe